West Side, worldwide. Can't spell the West without the East. Today, I would like to do a piece on a guy that I met in the feds. His name is Bop. Black P Stone, BPS, Jungles. I knew this guy. I had seen Training Day, and I seen a lot of the guys from Training Day in there. Bob, Fat Dog, Fat Rad. I think Fat Rad was in there. Other guy at APB, I forgot his name right now. But I just wanted to talk about Bop. I heard he had passed. I heard he was one of the best grandpas, and I had some pictures with him and my boy Spoon from 40s. But I would like to shine light on this guy that's was in the movie Training Day. I first got a hold to the Bop when I was in Victorville. We used to have rival basketball games. You know, they had the Bloods, they had the Crips, and Bop was like the manager coach. And, you know, and I was the referees, and we had a good teams up there. We had a G-Down team that was undefeated. Before I got there, he had Scott and Dirt and a lot of the homies on the team. And you on the team, they had the Damus, which was a lot of the good players. I can't remember their names right now, but these guys was real competition to the teams, and they had a lot of teams that was competing against each other. And we used to go out there on those hot days, man, and we had games on hot days and whatever days it was, but you know, it was like kind of like a dispute one time with the Crips and the Bloods on the basketball court. But you know, Bop, as he was one of their mans out there, and he was like, come over and say, man, let me holler at you fish about, you know, the situation with this basketball stuff, man. We got to stop acting so crazy, because you see the Latinos over there playing soccer. You never see them fighting against each other. You always see blacks can't get along. So we know me and Bop, we became, you know, like the referees or the commissioners of sports. And then Frog came down from the Bay, and we really had a triangle thing going on where we can just talk to each other and then be able to solve any problem. But, you know, just talking about this guy, Bop, man, I think he had a drug case. He was influential into the basketball and a little bit of the baseball, but he used to go to church with me. And Bop was, you know, we used to always prepare to go to the streets. And I was used to tell Bop, I say, Bop, you got to be ready, man, because the game done changed out there, man. I know you done been in a couple movies with Training Day and a few other movies and stuff like that. You and Bone from APB, and I had been in jail so long that I used to just see guys. My boy Swanify from over there too, from the bottoms, and I used to just see a lot of these guys kill, and I used to see a lot of these guys come in on violations, but I really didn't understand how a lot of these guys had already did time. They had got out, and they come back on violations, and they was lacing me on what was going down on the streets. So, you know, me and Bop had a lot of time to spend with each other, you know what I'm saying? Because I had never actually been around, you know, Bop. I had been around a lot of guys from the jungles and stuff like that, but I had ran into this guy. But, you know, a lot of guys kind of like looked up to him. He was kind of like yard famous because he was on Training Day. And, you know, sometime we be in the units and stuff, and the movie Training Day would come on. And I would always see, you know, Bop stand there, and he would like, that's me right there, homie. And, you know, the pigeons and stuff flying around, and he was talking about, oh, that's the homie Bone, maybe that's the other homie right there. That's the homies, and that's in the hood. That's in the projects. But, you know, I had been in the projects a long time when I was little, but I didn't know that how the projects was until one night I went in there with my sister-in-law or something. And I seen the swimming pools was filled up with dirt, and I was like, wow, this must used to be some nice apartment buildings back in the days. And I think I seen Waka Flocka over there. I seen the other guy that's kind of big over there. I think he just passed. I know Jim Brown. He had American. I think he used to be had a lot of influence over there. And Rogers, T. Rogers, yeah, that's the guy that a lot of guys I met from Chicago, they always know T. Rogers, that kind of like implemented the Black P Stones over there, the black whatever it was, the gangs over there, or organization, and to talk about Bop, man, and Bop ended up getting out, and while we was I was still in Victorville, and they was like, yeah, man, I heard Bop got caught up again. And I was like, man, I hope that he'd be able to get out of this trouble because he just did a few years, and now he's got a new case. So they had started setting up a lot of guys in California, and then I heard Bop had caught the case, and he was on one of those fake drug house robbery cases, and they was trying to set up a lot of guys in Los Angeles because I ran into a lot of them that had dope house robberies. So I heard that Bob was fighting the case for 4 or 5 years, and by the time they got ready to find him guilty, or he pled guilty to a lighter sentence, I think he came back to the feds and he only had to do a little time. But then I was watching the news, and I see that I was talking to Spoon from 40s. I think he 4 Deuce, and Spoon was telling me, yeah, man, I'm out here. I got a store, and I got everything going on, and I be seeing Bop every day. I said, well, you tell Bop, I said, what's up, man? And tell my Christian brother, man, God bless him and things like that. But I think Bop had got out of that trouble, but he had ended up doing some time in the MDC. And then I heard that Spoon, him and Spoon was real tight. But I got pictures that I'm gonna show everybody show these pictures. But man, this guy had worked his way up into the movie business. I think that Bone had helped him get into the movie business, and I seen him on the training day, and I seen how a lot of these once you do one movie, then they clear you to do a variety of movies, and I actually seen this guy, he was in there. A lot of the scenes that was in the Jungles. I know when the young lady had was messing with Denzel. I see when they was going up into the porch and to the famous saying of King Kong ain't got nothing on me. You know what I'm saying? That actual scene is real world famous, and I like a lot of part of the movie because the LAPD was always crooked, and you get to see how they implement their gang tactics. And in the county jail, it's pretty much the same thing. Each floor has a different gang, and a lot of the times stuff get exposed because it's just a matter of time. Just like they expose a lot of the gangs in Los Angeles for doing different things, the COs get a pass by being different floor gangs, and it's just that they don't, a lot of times they don't have anything to do because of the recruiting system that they. I know that they had one on Rampart that was corrupt. I know they had a few of them that was corrupt, but man, these guys that moved to the Lancaster, Valencia, they done moved all over Los Angeles. That's one of the reasons why the mafia could never set up in Los Angeles. But the movie Training Day, man, it's a good movie. It talks about LAPD. It talks about corruption. It talks about in hood beefs, in hood things. But I really was anticipating on. I'm working on a movie right now, and I really want to be able to do part 2 of Training Day, or be involved with part 2 of Training Day, because these movies, man, are actually good movies. Just like Fridays was a good movies. These movies would be able to be part 2, part 3, because these movies is actually real movies that has been overlooked, or a lot of violence and a lot of driving while black happened to these guys. And by me being from Los Angeles, I have a lot of insight on the movie business. I've been doing a lot of movie stuff when I was younger, but I just never put any movies out. But just to talk about Bop from Black Peace Stone BPS, it's I'm glad I had an opportunity to shine light on this guy. I know he passed right now, but I know his homies, that ones that loved him, and his family loved him, and just to be able to talk about a guy that was in a major movie that's going to be history, and there's going to be part 2 and part 3 to this movie, because Training Day every day in LA. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen they just got to shoot one of the homies over there over in the hundreds, one of the Kizzy families. And I know that they take the COs into the roughest part of Los Angeles to train them. And they give them the green light to do whatever they want to do. Bop, BPS, Jungles.